And you're worried about driving on the left, then I suggest you try and get an automatic car. Okay, so here's a roundabout here. It's quite straightforward. You're staying on the outside lane and coming off the roundabout. Edinburgh Airport's not huge, but there are quite a few roundabouts, so something to be aware of. If you need to put up a sticker that says left, 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 then put it up and stick it on your dashboard, and that might help you remember to stay on that side of the road. If you're arriving in the rush hour, that's between the hours of 4:20 and 6:20, expect a lot of traffic and expect delays on the roads as well. And there's another thing called the greenways, which I will explain to you when we get closer. So at the moment we're approaching another roundabout. If you're going to Glasgow, at this point here on the roundabout, you want to be in the inside lane and you're going right. We are going to Edinburgh. There's markings on the road as well that you might be able to see that help you indicate where you're going. Okay, the green line beside me is for buses and I'm not allowed to go into that lane. I'm now going to come up here and merge with the traffic coming into Edinburgh. Take your time. If you're worried, people normally will flash you and let you go. The speed limit here is 40 miles an hour. If the city centre of Edinburgh, it will be 20 miles an hour, which is 30 kilometres. Okay, so it's not a long journey, but you can travel by the tram, which is fairly quick, and you can take a taxi. If there's 4 of you travelling in a car or travelling off the aeroplane, then the taxi is probably cheaper than the tram. Okay, plus it will also take you direct to your hotel or your Airbnb or wherever you're staying. Okay, now we're going to approach, there's 2 roads here. Both of them will take you to the city centre, both of these lanes. If you stay in the left-hand lane that I'm currently in, that will connect on to the city bypass. So if you're going to Morningside, Newington, any of those places, stay in this lane. I'm going to go into this lane here, which is going to take me under this sort of underpass thing, okay? So if you're going to the city centre, either of these lanes, but if you go in here, you will avoid the roundabout in this lane, okay? And that's quite a big roundabout. There's 3 or 4 lanes, and if you're just off a long haul flight and you're really not sure about roundabouts, then take this road here, okay? So this is the bus lane, and that's the airport bus, and they have priority. And so this roundabout here, I'm going straight across, so I'm going to sit in the middle lane. If you're not sure, veer towards the outside lane, okay? There's cyclists, there's buses, just keep your wits about you. If you have the opportunity to come to Edinburgh, you don't need a car in town. The buses are fantastic, and there's a really good public transportation system, so I would discourage you from bringing a car into the city centre. Also, it's very, very expensive to park. You're looking at £4 for 1 hour, which is a lot of money if you need to park your car during the day. So think about your options, okay? And in front of us, you can actually see the castle. I don't know if you can see it, but it's perched there on the hill. So that's how close we are to the city centre. Our hazard signs also as well are usually triangles. I think in America yours are diamonds. So something to be aware of. Now up ahead there's a yellow box. The warning signs are flashing me 30 miles an hour. This box is very active, okay? This is not a camera that you want to flash, because the hire car company will have your registration number, and they'll have your credit card details. So if you're getting booked, you will be charged for it. You're looking for a taxi, you can see them here, okay? Now it gets a bit crazy. You've got trams, you've got buses, you've got bikes, and you've got a lot of road markings. So as I said, unless you really need to drive in Edinburgh City, do not hire a car in the city centre, okay? The red box in front of me is for cyclists, and you should avoid at all costs sitting on this box. I'm going to just, well, I'll see how far I can go, but I'm pretty sure it says no entry. You can see that, except for taxis and buses and cyclists. So I'm going to have to go here. And this is us, I don't know where we are. We're at the West End. I will try and get you near to Princes Street, but it's actually only, you know, a 4-minute walk and you're on Princes Street, but cars can't get there. So you have to come around here. I'll show you how you can get to Princes Street, but it takes a bit of time. Okay, so again, here we're crossing over, keep looking. This is a funny little junction here. Crossing over and then coming in. We're now on Melville Street. This is one of the most expensive streets in Edinburgh to park. It's about £4.20 an hour in pounds sterling, which is ridiculous. As I said, they don't want cars in the city centre. Okay, so I think I'm just going to stay in this lane. I think I'm allowed to go in the right-hand lane, but I'm used to this lane here, so I'll just stay here. There's a green filter for me. And then basically you're turning right here. If you were to go remember, the speed limit here is 20 miles an hour, and there's speed cameras everywhere. So straight ahead is Edinburgh Castle on a hill. There's lots of hills in Edinburgh. Make sure you wear comfortable shoes.